Good evening. Welcome back to the Drift Bureau. This is file number 002. Tonight's assignment is different from your last. Tonight, you are not at the edge of the ocean. You are in the heart of the country, in a place where thousands of journeys begin and end every day. But right now, in the deep hours of night, the journeys have paused. The crowds have gone, and you are alone. Tonight, you are the night watchman at Union Station, a grand old train station in the American Midwest. You've held this position for 32 years, and tonight is your last shift, your final walk through these marble halls, your last watch over the sleeping station. There's no emergency, no crisis, just routine, just the work you've done 10,000 times before. But tonight you'll do it with full attention, full presence, because it's the last time. And that makes everything different, makes everything precious. Close your eyes. Step into this life, this quiet life, this life of watching over travelers, of keeping the lights on, of being the steady presence in a place of constant movement. Tonight you are the watchman, and this is your final shift. Let's begin your drift. It's 11 p.m. You push through the employee entrance on the east side of the station. The heavy door closes behind you with a solid thunk. The sound echoes. Everything echoes in Union Station. The building was designed in 1923, built to impress, built to last. Marble floors, high ceilings, tall windows, the kind of architecture they don't make anymore. Built when train travel was the only way to cross the country, when stations like this were temples to movement, to possibility, to the American dream of going somewhere. You walk down the narrow hallway, painted concrete walls, fluorescent lights humming overhead. This is the back of house, where employees move, where the machinery of the station happens. Not beautiful like the main hall, but familiar, comfortable. You know every inch of this hallway, every crack in the floor, every water stain on the ceiling. 32 years. You could walk it blind. The break room is small. A table, 4 chairs, a coffee maker, a refrigerator humming in the corner. Old calendar on the wall still showing March even though it's October. Nobody bothered to change it. Nobody bothers with much back here. It's just functional. Just enough. On the table someone left a card. Your name on the envelope. You open it. A goodbye card from the day shift crew. Signed by everyone. Best wishes in retirement. You earned it. We'll miss you. Simple messages. Sincere. You read each signature. Names of people you've worked beside for years. Decades, some of them. Never friends exactly, but companions. Fellow keepers of this place. You set the card down. Take off your jacket. Hang it on the hook that's been yours for 32 years. The metal hook worn smooth. You pull on your uniform jacket. Navy blue. Union Station security embroidered over the pocket. You've worn this jacket thousands of times. But tonight you notice the weight of it. The way it fits your shoulders. The smell of it. Faintly like the station itself. Like old buildings. Like time. You clip your radio to your belt. Your flashlight to the other side. Your keys. Heavy ring of keys. Master keys to every door in the station. Every closet. Every office. Every bathroom. Every gate. You are trusted with access to everything. For 32 years they've trusted you. And you've never violated that trust. Never stolen. Never snooped. Never abused the privilege. Just did the work. Walked the rounds. Kept watch. That's all. That's enough. The time clock is mounted by the door. Old mechanical clock. Punch cards. Most places use computers now. Digital systems. But not here. Union Station keeps the old ways. You slide your card into the slot. Pull the lever. Ka-chuck. The satisfying sound of the stamp hitting paper. 11:07 p.m. Your last clock in. Ever. You look at the card. Rows and rows of punch times. Years of shifts. All recorded. All witnessed. All done. After tonight, this card goes into a file somewhere. Gets stored. Gets forgotten. Like you'll be forgotten. And that's okay. That's how it should be. The work isn't about being remembered. It's about being present. Being reliable. Being there. You clip the radio to your shoulder strap. Test it. Radio check. Your voice echoes in the empty break room. The dispatcher responds. Night shift confirmed. All clear. Station secure. You copy. All clear. This is the ritual. The beginning of every shift. Confirmation that you're here. That someone is watching. That the station is not alone. You pour a cup of coffee from the pot someone made hours ago. Thick. Bitter. Terrible. Perfect. You add nothing to it. Drink it black. Let the heat and the caffeine wake you fully. You're not tired. Never tired at the start of a shift. The tiredness comes later. Around 3 a.m. The body's lowest point. When the night feels longest. But you know how to push through. 32 years teaches you. You know your own rhythms. Know when to walk faster to stay alert. Know when to stop and stand still and just breathe. Know when to let your mind wander and when to focus. You've mastered the art of the long night. The solitary watch. You finish the coffee. Rinse the cup. Set it upside down to dry. Everything in its place. Leave it clean for the next person. That's the rule. Your rule. Always leave things better than you found them. Or at least no worse. You check your appearance in the small mirror by the door. Uniform straight. Badge polished. Hair combed. Presentable. Professional. Even though almost no one will see you tonight. Even though it doesn't matter. Matters to you. Standards matter. Doing it right matters. Even on the last night. Especially on the last night. You step out of the break room. Lock the door behind you. Walk toward the main hall. The hallway opens up. The ceiling rises. The marble begins. And you step into the heart of Union Station. The grand hall takes your breath away. Even after 32 years. Even after 10,000 walks through it. It still does. The space is enormous. Ceiling vaulted high above. Maybe 80 feet. Marble columns rising like trees in a stone forest. The floor is polished marble. Black and white. laid in geometric patterns. Your footsteps echo, sharp sounds that bounce off the walls and come back to you softer, layered. The acoustics in here are strange, beautiful. A whisper can carry across the entire hall. A shout can sound like thunder. The lights are dimmed for night. Not off, never completely off, but lowered, soft. The chandeliers hanging high overhead glow gently. Yellow light, warm. The kind of light that makes everything look like a memory, like a photograph from another era, which in a way it is. This building is from another era, when craftsmanship mattered, when beauty mattered, when public spaces were designed to inspire, to elevate, to remind people that they were part of something larger than themselves. The ticket windows line the north wall, tall windows with brass frames. Closed now, dark. During the day they're busy. Lines of people buying tickets, checking schedules, asking questions. But at night they're just empty frames, ghosts of activity. You walk past them slowly, your flashlight beam sweeping across the brass, catching reflections. The metal is worn smooth in places where 10 million hands have rested, where countless travelers have leaned in to speak through the circular opening, to ask, where does this train go? How much is a ticket? When does it leave? Questions of movement, questions of departure, questions of hope. Above the ticket windows the departure board still hangs. Mechanical, split flap display, not digital. The old kind where the letters and numbers flip with a clicking sound. During the day it updates constantly. Click, click, click. Destinations appearing and disappearing. Now it's still. Frozen on the last update of the evening. The last departure left at 9:47 p.m. Headed to Denver. After that, nothing until the overnight train. The last train. Due at 1:32 a.m. Still over 2 hours away. You walk to the center of the hall. Stop. Stand still. Listen. The silence in here is not really silence. It's the accumulation of small sounds. The hum of ventilation. The distant rumble of the furnace somewhere deep in the building's basement. The tick of the large clock mounted on the east wall. That clock is original to the station. Installed in 1923. Still keeping perfect time. 4 faces. One pointing north, south, east, west. So no matter where you stand in the hall, you can see the time. Right now all 4 faces say 11:19. The minute hand moves with a small click every 60 seconds. You've watched that click 10,000 times. Watched time move. Watched seconds become minutes, become hours, become years, become a career. Become a life. You remember your first night here. 32 years ago. You were 23 years old. Just hired. Nervous. The supervisor walked you through the rounds. Showed you what to check. Where to go. What to watch for. You tried to memorize everything. Tried to look confident. Competent. You wanted this job. Needed it. The supervisor was an older man. Maybe 50. Seemed ancient to you then. He told you the most important thing about this job is not the walking or the checking. It's the presence. People need to know someone is here. Someone is watching. Someone cares, even if they never see you, especially if they never see you. You're the invisible guardian, the silent protector, and that matters. You didn't fully understand then, but you do now. 32 years later, you understand that presence is the work. Being here is the work. Showing up night after night, storm or calm, holiday or regular day, summer heat or winter cold. Just being here. Reliable, steady, constant. That's what the job is. That's what you've been. And now someone else will be. Someone younger. Someone just starting. And they won't understand either. Not at first. But maybe eventually. Maybe after 32 years of their own. You continue your walk. Around the perimeter of the grand hall. Past the wooden benches. Long benches. Dark wood. Worn smooth. How many people have sat here? How many waited for trains? How many said goodbye? How many said hello? The benches hold all of it. All the emotion. All the longing. All the excitement and fear and hope. You run your hand along the back of one bench as you pass. The wood is cool. Solid. Real. On the south wall, tall windows. 10 of them. Each 20 feet high. During the day they let in floods of light. At night they're black mirrors. Reflecting the hall back to itself. Reflecting you. A small figure in a big space. Moving slowly. Methodically. Checking. You see your reflection and for a moment don't recognize yourself. When did you get old? When did your hair turn gray? When did your face gain these lines? It happened gradually. So gradually you didn't notice. One shift at a time. One night at a time. Until suddenly you're 65 and it's your last shift and you're looking at a stranger in a security uniform. But the stranger is you. Has always been you. Just you at different points on the same journey. The 23-year-old and the 65-year-old are the same person. Same soul. Different body. Different knowledge. But same essential self. And that self has spent 32 years walking these halls. 32 years watching over travelers. 32 years being present. Being reliable. Being the watchman. You check the main entrance. The massive wooden doors. Locked for the night. The brass handles cold under your hand. Outside, through the glass, you can see the street. Empty. A few street lights. A traffic signal changing colors for no one. Red. Green. Yellow. Red. The city is asleep. Or at least this part of it is. The trains have stopped. The travelers have gone to hotels or homes. The commuters are in bed. Only you remain. Only you in the building. Keeping watch together. You turn back to the hall. Begin the walk to the east wing. Past the newsstand. Closed. Metal grate pulled down and locked. During the day it sells magazines, newspapers, candy, coffee. The smell of coffee and newsprint mixing. The sound of coins and conversation. But now it's just a dark shape. A closed thing. You check the grate. Secure. Check the lock. Secure. Everything as it should be. Everything in order. The east wing is quieter. Narrower. This is where the waiting areas are. Rows of connected seats. Plastic and metal. Not beautiful like the Grand Hall, but functional, comfortable enough. A few people are here, sleeping, waiting for the overnight train. You count them silently. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 people scattered across maybe 100 seats, giving each other space, each in their own bubble of exhaustion or patience or necessity. You recognize the type. People who travel overnight to save money, or because it's the only option, or because they like the night, like the quiet, like the in-between time. You don't disturb them. Part of your job is letting people sleep if they're not causing problems. These people aren't. They're just tired travelers. Probably been here for hours. Probably will be here for hours more. You walk quietly, your footsteps soft, your flashlight pointed down, not wanting to wake anyone, not wanting to intrude. You're the guardian, the watcher, not the enforcer, not unless necessary. And tonight nothing is necessary. Tonight everyone is peaceful. Everyone is safe. You check the restrooms. Men's, women's, family. All empty. All clean. The night cleaning crew came through at 10. Did their work. Left everything spotless. Sinks wiped. Floors mopped. Mirrors gleaming. You nod approval even though no one sees. Good work deserves acknowledgement. Even silent acknowledgement. The east wing connects to the platforms. Through a tunnel. Downstairs. Under the tracks. This is the passage to the trains. During the day it's full of people. Rushing. Dragging luggage. Checking tickets. Looking at signs. Making sure they're going to the right platform. The right track. The right train. But now it's empty. Just you. Walking down the stairs. Your footsteps echoing different in the tunnel. Harder. Sharper. The walls are tile. White tile. Some tiles cracked. Some missing. But clean. Always clean. The tunnel smells like trains. Like diesel and metal and brake dust. Like distance. Like movement. It's a smell you love. Always have. Something romantic about it. Something that speaks to the part of you that wants to go somewhere. Even though you've never gone anywhere. Never left this city. Never traveled. Spend your whole life here. In this station. Watching other people leave. Watching other people arrive. Living vicariously through their journeys. And that's been enough. That's been good. You don't regret it. Not really. Maybe sometimes. Late at night. When you wonder what else you might have done. Who else you might have been. But mostly you're content. Mostly you know you did something worthwhile. Kept the place safe. Kept the place running. That matters. You emerge from the tunnel onto platform 3. The cold hits you immediately. October night. Midwest cold. Not freezing yet but getting there. You can see your breath. Small clouds of vapor. The platform is long. Maybe 500 feet. Stretching north along the tracks. Overhead lights every 50 feet. Sodium vapor. Orange glow. Harsh and soft at the same time. The kind of light that makes everything look unreal. Dreamlike. The tracks extend in both directions. East and west. disappearing into darkness. Four sets of tracks, parallel lines of steel, reflecting the orange light, looking like they go on forever, which in a way they do. These tracks connect to other tracks, connect to the whole network. You could follow these rails to California, to New York, to Texas, to anywhere. The rails know the way. They've been carrying trains for over 100 years, carrying people, carrying freight, carrying stories. You walk the length of the platform, checking. This is part of the routine. Walk every platform. Check for hazards. Check for people who shouldn't be here. Check that everything is secure. Platform 3 is clear. Nothing out of place. Just empty space waiting for the next train. Waiting for the overnight train that will arrive in an hour and 13 minutes. You know, because you check the schedule. Because you always check. Because that's the job. Platform 2 is the same. Empty. Secure. Waiting. The wind picks up slightly, blowing across the open platforms. You zip your jacket higher. The wind carries the smell of the city, distant smell of restaurants, of car exhaust, of autumn leaves, of the river that runs 2 miles south of here. All the smells mixing together into the specific scent of this place, this city, this moment. You breathe it in. Try to memorize it. Last shift, last walk, last time. Platform 1 is the oldest. The original platform from when the station opened. The concrete is darker here. More stained. More worn. The roof over the platform is original too. Green copper. Oxidized and beautiful. During the day you can see the details. The decorative brackets. The careful construction. At night it's just shapes. Just shelter. But still beautiful in its way. You stop at the north end of Platform 1. Look out at the tracks. A train horn sounds in the distance. Not close. Miles away. But sound carries at night. Especially train horns. Low and mournful. A sound that always makes you feel something. Something like loneliness but not quite. Something like longing but not quite. Just a feeling. An ache. A recognition that time passes. That things move. That you stay still and watch them go. The horn fades. Silence returns. Not complete silence. The hum of the lights. The distant sound of traffic on the highway. The wind. Your own breathing. The sounds of night. The sounds of watching. You think about all the trains you've seen. Thousands of them. Tens of thousands. Arriving and departing. Day trains. Night trains. Passenger trains. Freight trains. Each one with its own sound. Its own rhythm. Its own purpose. You've watched them in sun and rain and snow and fog. Watched them in every season. Every year. Every decade. Watched the engines change from diesel to electric and back to diesel. Watched the cars get newer and older and newer again. Watched the people change. Fashion change. Technology change. But the trains themselves stay essentially the same. Still running on rails. Still stopping at stations. Still carrying people from here to there. Constant in an inconstant world. You remember specific trains. Specific moments. The blizzard of '96 when a train got stuck 20 miles out. Passengers stranded for 6 hours. When they finally arrived, they were cold and tired and scared. You helped them, gave them coffee, gave them blankets from the storage closet, gave them reassurance. You remember their gratitude, their relief, being in a safe place after being in danger. You remember the morning after 9/11, when no trains ran, when no planes flew, when everyone was afraid and confused. You came to work even though the station was closed. Came because you didn't know what else to do. Walked the empty halls. Kept watch over nothing. Felt the wrongness of the silence. The absence of movement. Felt how much this place needs its purpose. Needs its trains. Needs its travelers. You remember the couple you found on platform 4 at dawn. Elderly. In their 80s. Holding hands. Watching the sun come up. Waiting for the first train. Going to their granddaughter's wedding. They'd been married 60 years. Traveled this route dozens of times. They told you they still got excited. Still felt that flutter of anticipation before a journey. Still loved trains. Loved the romance of it. The adventure. Even after all these years. You think about them sometimes. Wonder if they're still alive. Still traveling. Still holding hands. Still feeling that flutter. You remember the lost children. 3 different times over 32 years. Kids separated from parents. Scared and crying. You found them. Calmed them. Stayed with them until their parents were located. The relief in those reunions. The tears. The hugs. The parents thanking you over and over. The kids looking at you like you were a hero. But you weren't. Just doing the job. Just being present. Just helping. So many memories. So many moments. They add up to a life. Add up to meaning. Add up to something worthwhile. You're not a doctor or a teacher or an artist. You're just a watchman. Just a guard. Just someone who shows up and walks around and checks on things. But that matters. You know it matters. The station needs its watchman. The travelers need their guardian. The trains need someone to watch them come and go. And you've been that someone. For 32 years you've been that someone. And that's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. You return to the grand hall. Check the clock. 12:41. Less than an hour until the overnight train. The last train. Your last train. You feel a heaviness in your chest. Not sadness exactly. Something else. The weight of ending. The weight of completion. The weight of letting go. You walk to the dispatcher's office. Small room off the main hall. Windows overlooking the platforms. Inside, Murphy is working. Night dispatcher. Been here almost as long as you. You nod. He nods. Not much conversation between you. Never has been. But mutual respect. Mutual understanding. 2 people who've chosen the night shift. Who've chosen solitude. Who do the quiet work while others sleep. Murphy points to the screen. Train 327. On time. Due platform 2. 1:32 a.m. You nod. You'll be there. Always are. Always have been. Every overnight train for 32 years. You've watched them all arrive, watched them all depart. Part of the rhythm, part of the routine, part of the constancy. You leave the office, walk to the coffee stand in the West Wing. It's closed, of course. Everything closes at 10, but you have keys. You unlock the service door, go behind the counter. The coffee maker is industrial, large. You know how to work it. Made coffee here countless times. For yourself, for other employees, for stranded travelers on long nights. You brew a fresh pot. The smell fills the small space. Rich, dark, comforting. The smell of staying awake. The smell of the long watch. While the coffee brews, you look at the menu board. Prices changed over the years. Used to be coffee was 50 cents. Then $1. Now $3.50. Everything gets more expensive. Everything changes. But coffee is still coffee. Still does what it's supposed to do. Still wakes you up. Still warms your hands. Still gives you a reason to pause and breathe and just be still for a moment. The coffee finishes. You pour a cup. Add nothing. Drink it black like always. Hot enough to burn your tongue slightly. You don't care. You like it hot. Like the shock of it. The sharpness. The clarity it brings. You lean against the counter. Hold the cup in both hands. Feel the warmth. Look out at the grand hall through the service window. The space is so beautiful at night. So peaceful. During the day it's chaos. Organized chaos, but still chaos. Hundreds of people moving in every direction. Voices echoing. Announcements blaring. Energy and urgency and stress. But at night it's serene. Calm. Like a cathedral. Like a sacred space. And in a way it is. A temple to movement. To connection. To the human desire to go somewhere. You finish the coffee. Rinse the cup. Lock up. Return to your rounds. You check the West Wing. The administrative offices. All locked. All dark. The janitor's closets. The electrical rooms. The storage areas. Everything as it should be. Everything secure. You're thorough. Always have been. Never cut corners. Never rushed. The job deserves full attention. Full effort. Even on the last night. Especially on the last night. The clock shows 1:15. 17 minutes until the train. You make your way back to the tunnel. Down the stairs. Under the tracks. Up to platform 2. The cold feels sharper now. Deeper into night. Deeper into cold. You stand at the platform edge. Look east. The direction the train will come from. The tracks are empty. Dark. Stretching away into nothing. You wait. Waiting is most of the job. Waiting and watching. Being ready without knowing if you'll be needed. Being present without expecting recognition. Being the steady point in a world of movement. You've gotten good at waiting. Comfortable with it. Don't need distraction. Don't need entertainment. Just stand and breathe and watch and be. The first sign is the light. Far down the tracks. A pinpoint. Small. Distant. Could be anything. But you know what it is. You've seen it 10,000 times. The headlight of an approaching train. You watch it grow. Slowly at first. then faster, the light getting brighter, closer, more defined. Two lights, the twin headlights of a locomotive, growing larger, larger, accompanied now by sound, the low rumble of diesel engines, the clack of wheels on rails, the specific rhythm of an approaching train. Clack, 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 constant, hypnotic, ancient rhythm, the rhythm of rails and wheels, of motion and momentum, of steel on steel. The train rounds the curve. You see its full shape now. The locomotive, silver and blue, the Amtrak colors. Behind it 6 passenger cars, double-decker superliners, moving through the night like a silver snake, like a river of light, beautiful in its way, powerful. The horn sounds, long blast, warning anyone foolish enough to be near the tracks. But there's only you, only the watchman, only the witness. The train slows, brakes applying, the squeal of metal, the hiss of air brakes, slowing, slowing, coming to rest perfectly aligned with the platform. The doors opposite you. The conductor appears, steps down, sees you, nods. You nod back. Same conductor as always. Jenkins. Been running this route for years. Same schedule. Same train. Same route. Denver to Chicago. Through the night. Through the empty plains. Carrying people who can't or won't fly. Who prefer the train. Who like the motion. The viewing. The time to think. The passengers emerge. Fewer than you expected. Maybe 20 people. Tired. Rumpled. Carrying bags. Stepping onto the platform with the relief of arrival. Of journey's end. Some are being met. You see them light up when they spot their person. See the hugs. The greetings. The joy of reunion. Some are alone. They walk past you toward the tunnel, toward the station, toward whatever comes next. You watch them all, guard them all, make sure they're safe, make sure they know which way to go. Jenkins approaches you. You've known each other for years. Not friends, not exactly, but colleagues, fellow workers in the night. Fellow keepers of the rails. He extends his hand. You shake it. His grip is firm, warm. He says, heard it's your last night. You nod. He says you'll be missed. Good man. Reliable. You thank him. Don't know what else to say. He says the rails won't be the same without you. You say the rails will be fine. Rails don't notice people, just carry them. He smiles, says that's true, says take care of yourself. You say you too. He boards the train, the conductor's business, the schedule, the route, the platform clears, the passengers all gone, into the station, into the city, into their lives. The train sits, engines idling, breathing, waiting. 5 minutes stop. Enough time for people to detrain and board. Enough time to check and secure and prepare for the next segment. The next stretch of track. The next arrival. One new passenger appears. Young woman. Early 20s maybe. Dragging a large suitcase. Looks tired. Looks uncertain. She asks you if this is the train to Denver. You confirm. She looks relieved, boards quickly, disappears into the lit interior, going somewhere, starting something, ending something. You don't know her story, don't need to, just need to watch, to help, to be present. The horn sounds, double blast, departure warning. The brakes release. The train begins to move, slowly at first, wheels turning, finding traction, finding rhythm, accelerating gradually. The cars slide past you, one by one, windows glowing, some passengers visible inside, reading, sleeping, looking out. The train picks up speed, moving faster. The last car passes, red lights receding, the train pulling away, taking the curve, disappearing into darkness, the sound fading, the clack-clack growing distant, then gone. Silence returns. The platform is empty again, just you and the cold and the orange lights. You stand there, watching the space where the train was, watching nothing, feeling something. The last train, your last train, gone now, moving west through the night, carrying people to tomorrow. And you're here, in today, in the moment that just was, in the ending. You turn, walk back to the tunnel, down the steps, through the passage, up the other side, back to the grand hall. It's almost 2 a.m., the deepest part of night, the quietest hour. Your rounds continue. The work continues. Just because it's your last shift doesn't mean you stop, doesn't mean you shortcut. You do the job completely, thoroughly, with full attention. That's who you are. That's who you've always been. The grand hall is completely empty now. The waiting passengers caught their train. No one else arrives. No one else leaves. Just you in the building. You in the marble. You in the echoes. You walk the perimeter again. Slower this time. Taking it in. Remembering. You remember your wife. She died 4 years ago. Cancer. Quick and brutal. 6 months from diagnosis to gone. She never liked your schedule. Never liked you working nights, sleeping days, being apart. But she accepted it. Accepted you. Accepted that this job meant something to you. She'd pack your dinner. Write notes on the brown bag. Little messages. I love you. Be safe. See you in the morning. You kept every note. Have them in a box at home. Hundreds of notes. Hundreds of I love yous. All that's left now. Notes and memories in the empty space in your bed. She visited the station once. During the day. Wanted to see where you spent your nights. You gave her a tour. Showed her everything. The grand hall. The platforms. The tunnels. The offices. She was impressed. Said she didn't realize how beautiful it was. How grand. She understood then. Why you stayed. Why you cared. This place is worth caring for, she said. Worth protecting. You've never forgotten that. Her validation. Her understanding. Her acceptance of your choice. You think about your son. Lives in Portland now. Software engineer. Makes good money. Has a nice house. A wife. 2 kids, your grandchildren. You see them once a year. Christmas usually. They come here. To your city. To your small house. Stay for 3 days. Then leave. It's not enough, but it's what there is. Your son doesn't understand your job. Never has. Thinks you wasted your potential. Should have done more. Been more. He's wrong, but you can't convince him. Can't make him see that security guard is enough. That watching over things is worthwhile. He measures success differently. Money, status, achievement, external things. You measure it differently. Constancy, reliability, service, internal things. You're both right. You're both wrong. You're just different. The clock shows 2:37. Time moves differently in deep night. Slower, thicker. Each minute feels longer, more complete. You've learned to appreciate this. The slowness, the weight of time. During the daytime races. Too fast, too frantic. But at night time is generous. Gives you space. Gives you room to think. To remember. To just be. You sit on one of the wooden benches. Rest for a moment. Your feet ache. Your back aches. 65 years old. Body wearing out. Retirement is coming at the right time. You're ready. Physically ready. The job has gotten harder. The rounds longer. The stairs steeper. Your body knows it's time. But your mind, your heart, they're not quite ready. They want more time. Want to stay. Want to keep being the watchman. But that's not how it works. Time moves forward. Things end. New things begin. That's the pattern. That's life. You think about what comes next. Your retirement. What will you do? You have hobbies. Sort of. You read. Watch baseball. Work in your small garden. But none of it is enough to fill the void this job will leave. None of it has the purpose, the meaning, the sense of being needed. You'll adjust. Eventually, people do. You'll find new rhythms, new routines, new reasons to get up in the morning. Or you won't. And that's okay too. You've had 32 years of purpose. 32 years of meaning. That's more than many people get. That's enough. The building creaks. Old building sounds. Settling. Temperature changing. Materials contracting. You know all these sounds. Could identify them blind. That's the radiator in the north wall. That's the skylight frame expanding. That's the foundation settling. The building talks to you. Has for years. Tells you its state. Its needs. Its moods. You'll miss this. Miss knowing a place so completely. Miss being in relationship with a building. Sounds crazy, but it's true. You and Union Station have been partners. Co-conspirators. Mutual caretakers. The building needed you. You needed it. Symbiotic relationship. And now it ends, you stand. Continue your rounds. The East Wing again. The waiting areas. Empty now. Everyone caught their train. The plastic seats gleam dully under fluorescent lights. You check the restrooms again. Still empty. Still clean. Check the doors. All locked. All secure. Check the windows. All intact. All closed. Everything as it should be. Everything in order. The work continues. The watching continues. The night continues. You return to the grand hall. Stand in the center. Under the chandelier. Look up. The ceiling so far above. So ornate. So beautiful. Coffered panels. Decorative molding. Painted details. All of it designed to inspire. To elevate. To remind travelers they were part of something grand. You wonder how many people look up. How many notice? Probably not many. Too busy. Too distracted. Too focused on their phones or their tickets or their worries. But you've looked up. Thousands of times. And every time you find something new. Some detail you missed before. Some shadow you hadn't noticed. Some angle of light that reveals hidden beauty. The ceiling has been your companion, your meditation, your reminder that there is beauty in the world, beauty in craftsmanship, beauty in care. You walk to the clock, stand beneath it, listen to its tick, steady, eternal, each second marked, each minute counted. The clock doesn't hurry, doesn't slow, just keeps its pace. Reliable. True. You've tried to be like the clock. Steady. Consistent. True. Have you succeeded? Mostly. You've had bad nights. Nights when you were tired or distracted or upset. Nights when you cut corners or rushed through. But mostly you've been steady. Mostly you've kept your pace. Mostly you've been reliable. And that's all anyone can ask. Perfection isn't possible. Consistency is. 3:08 a.m. The slowest hour behind you. The night moving toward morning now. Still dark. Still cold. But the quality of darkness is changing. Subtly. Imperceptibly almost. But you can feel it. The night loosening its grip. Dawn preparing to arrive. Not for hours yet. But the preparation has begun. The earth turning. The sun approaching. Light coming. Always coming. No matter how dark the night. Light always returns. That's the promise. That's the truth. That's what keeps you going. You think about all the sunrises you've seen from this station. Thousands of them. Watched from the platforms. From the grand hall windows. From the employee entrance. Each one different. Each one the same. The sky lightening. Gray becoming blue. Stars fading. Night releasing its hold. The transformation gradual and then sudden. One moment it's night. The next it's day. The boundary unclear. The transition mysterious. But real. Undeniable. You've witnessed it so many times. Been present for so many births of light. And it never gets old. Never becomes routine. Each sunrise is a gift. A renewal. A promise kept. The radio crackles. Murphy's voice. Checking in. You respond. All clear. All quiet. He copies. Says coffee's fresh if you want some. You consider. Decide yes. Coffee sounds good. Something to do. Something warm. You make your way back to the dispatcher's office. Murphy has the pot ready. Pours you a cup without asking. You take it. Thank him. He nods. You both stand there, looking out the window at the platforms, at the empty tracks, at the night. Two men who chose this life, this schedule, this solitude. Maybe you're similar. Maybe that's why there's never been much to say. You understand each other without words. Understand the appeal of the quiet, the peace of watching, the satisfaction of unseen work. Murphy finally speaks, says he'll miss you, says the night shift won't be the same. You say someone new will come. He says not the same though. You've been here forever, part of the place. You don't know what to say to that, so you just nod, sip your coffee. Murphy says he's thinking about retiring too. Few more years maybe. Getting tired. Getting old. You understand. Tell him to take care of his back. His knees. The job is harder than it looks. All the walking. All the stairs. Takes a toll. He agrees. Says his knees are shot. You both laugh quietly. Old men problems. Worker problems. The price of decades of labor. The coffee is good. Strong. Hot. You drink it slowly. Savoring it. Last coffee in the dispatcher's office. Last conversation with Murphy. Last shared moment of night watch camaraderie. Everything is last tonight. Every action weighted with finality. You try not to dwell on it. Try to just be present. Just experience. Just let it be what it is. But the awareness is there. Coloring everything. Making everything significant. Making everything matter. You finish the coffee. Rinse the cup in the small sink. Set it upside down. Murphy says take care of yourself. You say the same. He says if you ever want to visit, stop by sometime. Night shift. Have coffee. You say maybe. Probably won't. You're not good at going back. Never have been. When something ends, you let it end. Don't try to resurrect it. Don't try to recapture it. Just let it be what it was. Complete. Finished. Done. But you appreciate the offer. The thought. The kindness. You leave the office. Return to the grand hall. Check the clock. 3:49. Less than 2 hours until dawn. Less than 2 hours until the end of your shift. The end of your career. The end of this chapter. You feel it approaching. Feel time accelerating. The night moving faster now. Rushing toward conclusion. Toward morning. Toward goodbye. You make your way through the station one more time. Every room. Every hallway. Every corner. This is the final check. The thorough one. The one where you make sure everything is exactly as it should be. Ready for the day shift. Ready for the morning crew. Ready for the next watchman. The employee locker room. Empty. Quiet. Rows of lockers. Yours is number 17. Has been for 32 years. You open it. Look inside. Not much there. A spare jacket. An umbrella. A photo of your wife. Taken 20 years ago. Before the cancer. Before the gray. Before the end. She's smiling. Really smiling. That smile that made you fall in love. That smile that sustained you through hard years. That smile that's gone now. Exists only in photos. Only in memory. You touch the photo. Glass cool under your finger. You say something. Not out loud. just in your mind. Thank you for everything, for understanding, for supporting, for loving. She doesn't answer, can't answer, but maybe she hears. Maybe some part of her, somewhere, hears and knows and smiles again. You close the locker. Don't lock it. You'll come back later, after the shift, to clean it out, to take your things, to surrender the key. But not yet. Not until the shift is complete. Not until the work is done. The maintenance rooms, the storage closets, the electrical panels. You check them all. Everything functioning. Everything in order. The building is healthy. The system's working. Your replacement will inherit a well-maintained station. A cared-for place that matters to you. Leaving it right. Leaving it ready. Not dumping problems on the next person. That's respect. That's professionalism. That's doing it right. You climb the stairs to the mezzanine level. Offices up here. Administrative staff. All closed now. Dark. You check the doors. All locked. All secure. The window up here overlooks the grand hall. You stand there, looking down. From this angle the hall looks different. Smaller in some ways, larger in others. The patterns of the marble floor more visible. The geometry more clear. Circles and squares and diamonds. Mathematical beauty. Architectural intention. Everything designed. Everything purposeful. Nothing random. That's what great buildings do. They impose order. Create meaning. Transform chaos into coherence. You think about the architects. Long dead now. Been gone for decades. But their work remains. Their vision realized in stone and glass and metal. They'll never know you. Never know the watchman who walked their halls for 32 years. Never know who loved their building. Who honored their creation. Who kept it safe. But that's okay. The work isn't about recognition. Isn't about being known. It's about being faithful. Being present. Being true. And you've been those things. As much as you could be. As well as you knew how. You descend the stairs. Back to the main floor. Back to the grand hall. The heart of the station. The center of everything. You walk to the middle. Stand on the medallion. Brass circle set into the marble floor. Center point of the hall. Dead center. You've stood here countless times. But tonight you really stand here. Really plant your feet. Really feel the ground beneath you. Really exist in this moment. This place. This final hour. The building is silent. Or as silent as buildings ever are. Always sound. Always movement. Always life. But quiet life. Subdued life. Night life. You close your eyes. Listen. Really listen. The hum of HVAC. The tick of the clock. The creak of wood. The whisper of air moving through ducts. The distant sound of traffic. The far-off sound of a train horn. All of it layering. All of it combining. All of it creating the specific sound of this place. The acoustic signature of Union Station at night. You've heard it 10,000 times. But tonight you really hear it. Really take it in. Really let it become memory. Because after tonight you won't hear it again. Won't stand here again. Won't be the watchman again. You open your eyes. The hall spreads before you, around you, above you. This space that has been your world, your domain, your responsibility, and you've honored it. You've done right by it. You can leave with that. Leave knowing you gave it what it deserved. Your time, your attention, your care. That's all anyone can give. That's all that matters. 4:38 a.m. The windows on the east wall are no longer black. They're dark gray, charcoal, the color that comes before blue, the color of pre-dawn, of approaching light. You walk to the windows. Look out. The street is still empty, but not as empty. A car passes, headlights cutting through darkness. Someone going to early shift. Someone whose workday starts before dawn. Like yours is ending before dawn. Ships passing. Lives intersecting briefly at the margin of night and day. The sky continues to lighten. Slow. Imperceptible moment to moment, but undeniable over time. Gray becoming lighter gray. Hints of blue at the edges. The stars fading, one by one, disappearing into the growing light. You watch the transformation. Have time to watch. Nothing urgent now. No more rounds needed. Just waiting. Waiting for dawn. Waiting for the day shift. Waiting for the end. You think about beginnings and endings. How they're connected. How every ending is also a beginning. Your retirement is the end of your career, but the beginning of something else. What? You don't know yet. Maybe nothing grand. Maybe just quiet days. Reading, walking, sleeping without alarm clocks. Small things, simple things. Maybe that's enough. Maybe after 32 years of purpose you're allowed simplicity, allowed rest, allowed just being without doing. But part of you resists. Part of you doesn't want rest. Wants to keep working, keep being needed, keep having purpose. That part is afraid. Afraid of irrelevance. Afraid of disappearing. Afraid of becoming nothing. But maybe that's okay too. Maybe disappearing is natural, necessary. You've had your time, your turn. Now it's someone else's turn. Someone younger. Someone with energy. Someone at the beginning instead of the end. The world continues. The work continues. Just not with you. And that's how it should be. That's the pattern. That's life. 5:11 a.m. The sky is definitely blue now. Pale blue. Morning blue. The darkness gone. Day arriving. The transformation complete. The lobby lights look different now. Weaker. Less important. Natural light taking over. Reclaiming the space. The station looks different in dawn light. Less mysterious. More real. More ordinary. But still beautiful. Different beauty. Day beauty instead of night beauty. The first day shift person arrives. Janet from ticketing. Early as always. She sees you. Smiles. Waves. You wave back. She's worked here 15 years. You've known her all that time. Friendly. Professional. Good at her job. She approaches. Says good morning. You return the greeting. She says heard it's your last day. You confirm. She says she'll miss seeing you. You're part of the routine, part of the morning. You thank her. Don't know what else to say. She wishes you well in retirement. Says you earned it. You thank her again. She moves on. Has work to do. Registers to open. Systems to boot up. Day to prepare for. More people arrive. The morning shift. The day crew. Building engineers. Janitors. Restaurant workers. Administrative staff. All coming in. All saying good morning. All moving with purpose. The station waking up. Coming alive. Transforming from night place to day place. Your time ending. Their time beginning. The changing of the guard. 5:43 a.m. Your shift officially ends at 6. 17 minutes left. You make your way to the employee entrance. To the break room. Your jacket still hanging on the hook. You take it off the security jacket. Hang it up. Put on your own jacket. The civilian jacket. The regular person jacket. You look at the security jacket hanging there. Navy blue. Your name tag still pinned to it. Your badge. Your identity for 32 years. Not just a jacket. Just fabric. Empty. Waiting for the next person to fill it. To wear it. To become the watchman. You take the name tag. Unpin it. Put it in your pocket. Small memento. Small piece of what was. You take the badge. Hold it. Heavy metal. Official. Representing authority. Representing trust. Representing responsibility. You set it on the table. You're done with it. Done with the authority. Done with the trust. Done with the responsibility. Someone else's now. You feel lighter. And heavier. Both at the same time. The time clock. Your card. You pull it from the slot. Look at it one more time. Last punch. You slide it in. Pull the lever. Ka-chuck. 5:51 a.m. Your last clock out. Ever. You look at the card. All those punches. All those shifts. All those nights. Your life measured in time stamps. In hours worked. In presence recorded. You put the card in the return box. Done. Complete. Finished. Murphy appears. Night shift supervisor. Been in a meeting. Comes to see you off. He's carrying something. A plaque. Simple. What? Brass plate. Engraved. Your name. 32 years of faithful service. Union Station Night Security. Thank you. He hands it to you. You take it. Heavy. Solid. Real. You don't know what to say. You're not emotional. Never have been. But your throat is tight. Your eyes damp. You manage thank you. Murphy nods. Says you earned it. Says the place won't be the same. You say it will be fine. He says maybe. But different. You agree. Different. But fine. He extends his hand. You shake it. Firm grip. Long shake. Meaningful shake. Then he lets go. Pats your shoulder. Says take care. You say the same. He leaves. Back to his work. Back to the end of his shift. You're left holding the plaque. Looking at your name. 32 years. Reduced to a brass plate. To words. But words matter. Recognition matters. Being thanked matters. You're grateful for the plaque, for the acknowledgement, for being seen. 6:04 a.m. Shift over. Career over. Time to leave. You walk through the grand hall one last time. Slower. Taking it in. Saying goodbye. The morning sun is streaming through the east windows now. Golden light. Beautiful light. The hall glows. The marble gleams. The brass shines. Everything illuminated. Everything clear. The station at its most beautiful. Day beginning. Life returning. Purpose resuming. The departure board clicks. Updates. First morning train. 7:15. To St. Louis. Routine continuing. Train still running. Station still functioning. World still turning. Without you. As it should. As it must. You reach the employee entrance. Push through the door. Step outside. The cold morning air hits you. Fresh. Clean. No. The sun is up now. Low on the horizon. Long shadows. The city waking up. Cars increasing. People walking. Morning routines beginning. Your routine ending. But their routines continuing. The world doesn't stop. Doesn't pause. Just keeps going. Indifferent to individual endings. Indifferent to personal conclusions. And that's okay. That's how it should be. You're not the center. Never were. Just one person doing one job. Now done. You walk to your car. Old sedan. 15 years old. Reliable. Starts every time. You unlock it. Get in. Set the plaque on the passenger seat. Start the engine. Sit for a moment. Looking back at the station. The building magnificent in morning light. Grand. Permanent. Enduring. Was here before you. Will be here after you. Will stand for decades more. Maybe centuries. Outlasting everyone. Outlasting everything. Just being. Just existing. Just serving its purpose. You put the car in gear. Pull out of the parking lot. Drive away. Leaving Union Station behind. Leaving the watchman behind. Leaving that life behind. Going home. Going to rest. Going to whatever comes next. The station shrinks in the rearview mirror. Getting smaller. More distant. Then gone. Around a corner. Out of sight. But not out of mind. Never out of mind. 32 years don't disappear. They stay with you. Part of you. Forever. You drive through the waking city. Streets you know. Neighborhoods familiar. Everything the same. Everything different. You're the same person. Different role. Same self. Different identity. The transition will take time. Adjustment. Relearning who you are without the job. Without the uniform. Without the purpose. But you'll figure it out. People do. You're not special. Just another retiree. Another person moving from work to rest. From doing to being. It's natural. Normal. Part of life. Part of the pattern. Part of the journey. You think about the trains. Still running. Still carrying people. Still connecting places. Still serving purpose. And somewhere a new watchman is arriving. starting their first shift, nervous probably, uncertain, learning the rounds, learning the station, learning the work, and maybe in 32 years they'll be driving away, having their last shift, their goodbye, their ending, and another person will begin. The cycle continues. The pattern repeats. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. That's how it will always work. You arrive home. Small house. Quiet street. Tree in the front yard. Leaves turning orange. Autumn in full swing. You park. Get out. Carry the plaque. Walk to the door. Inside is quiet. Empty. Just you. Always just you now. Since your wife died. But you're used to it. Used to solitude. Used to silence. It doesn't frighten you. Doesn't depress you. Just is. Just part of life now. Part of your life. You set the plaque on the mantle. Among the photos. The memories. The artifacts of your life. It fits there. Belongs there. Evidence of time spent. Work done. Purpose served. You look at it. Read it again. 32 years. Faithful service. Thank you. Simple words. But true words. Meaningful words. You feel something. Pride maybe. Satisfaction. Completion. You did the work. All of it. Every shift. Every round. Every watch. You were faithful. You served. And now you rest. Good night. Good night. Good night.